KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Welcome to your sports report, everybody. I'm Jason Salas, your sports guy, and Dr. Jasmin Wenzel is joining me. She has been a very, very good friend. You probably have seen Jazzy play like when she's gigging because she's a percussionist. You've seen her play on the beach volleyball court. You've seen her down at Paradise Fitness where she's an instructor. But she's also a doctor, by the way. She just got her doctoral degree, so congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Doctor, man, I'm never gonna you and Dr. Jasmin Wenzel.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, two buddies of mine have doctoral degrees.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, but well, one thing that I guess maybe not a lot of people realize about you is you've also got you're certified in strength and conditioning, and this is something that athletes use at all levels of competition. So, what are you seeing as far as like the type of athletes that you advise? Coming from people looking to compete maybe at the Team Guam level, you've got high school kids, competing interscholastically, and what type of programs do you tailor for them?
Yeah, so as a strength and conditioning specialist, really what we're catering to is enhancing the athlete's ability to play their sport. So we're like the foundation for the athletes. We condition them. We start with endurance, and then we get into hypertrophy, and then we get into strength, and then we get into sport-specific things. And then so we have them halfway, and then the coaches take them for more technical skills and things like that, the other half. So really, we are that foundation where we build them up so that they don't fatigue during their games.
Hence the conditioning. And I know when I was playing way back in the 90s, I was playing volleyball, and it was all about, just kind of like work your cardio. Core really was not a thing. Like no one really knew what core was back then, but we're just like, okay, well, get your lung strength pretty good, your capacity, so that we can actually last if the match goes 5 sets. But these days it's way more technical and way more scientific.
Yeah, it really is. It's really about conditioning those athletes. And then when the coaches get them for their skill techniques, the actual skills that they need to play the game, that's when the coaches are really on them, and they need to be at their best peak.
Okay, so let me give you a hypothetical here, Jazzy. Excuse me, Dr. Wenzel. Beg your pardon. So three athletes come in and they want to see you, and they're like, Doc, I need some advice. Right? One is a female paddler who's in her 40s, and she competes in business leagues like on Saturdays. One is an MMA athlete looking to go pro and compete in UFC, and one is trying out for Team Guam on the basketball team, the men's league and everything. So you're looking at 3 specific cases and everything. You're designing a program for them. What's going through your mind, and what are you looking to evaluate them on?
Yeah, so those 3 sports have very different needs, at least on their core or while they're doing things. But at the base level, we would get them moving, of course, which is GPP, which is their general preparation. Just getting them conditioned again, because maybe they were off season. They're gonna try out for these leagues, so we have to make sure that their endurance is good first of all, and then also their balance, coordination, and also just their muscle is there. Their muscle is ready to work. So I would definitely be working with them on maintaining their muscle strength, and making sure that all the movements that they need for their sport, they're good to go with that.
Okay. Well, let me hit you with a little curveball here. Let me give you a 4th case study. 15-year-old kid, sophomore in high school, has never played sports before, but he, a young man, really tall, really lanky, wants to try out for cross country. Never played sports before in his life and everything. And he's coming to you, and he's looking for hope. What do you do, and what do you tell that young man?
I would definitely tell him to reach out to the coach that he wants to, the team that he wants to get into.
Okay, talk to your cross country instructor.
Right. Talk to them first and see what's required, right? Because he's not sure of what it takes to be an athlete, right? Especially at that level. And he's just a high school student, and I work with high school students all the time, and they're kind of scared, intimidated, right? So what I would do with him is I would actually go and meet with the coach as well, and we would both talk to him. I think this would really help his self-esteem. And me and the coach, actually, an important part is me and the coach have to talk through it and see what's the best program that can work for this young man to get him into the league. So me and the coach will really be working on that for him.
Okay. Now, one thing I think is fascinating, and this, this definitely plays into your academic background, Jazzy, is even though what you're doing is you're a certified expert in developing the physical system, I know a lot of what you're trying to pass down to these young athletes is also mental strength and confidence. Because like
Right.
the more stronger you get, you can do better. You're capable of doing more and everything. So how do you kind of work that into your curriculum when you're working with athletes?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, right, you are only as strong as what you think of yourself, and you're only going to play as well as you think you can do. So yes, at the base level, now I'm glad that you brought this up, but the base level though is that they have to believe that they can do it, right? And so what I like to do is take baby steps with them and show them, okay, try to do this step up here with a weight. Okay, you couldn't do it your first time. Okay, let's try it the second time. Let's try the step up again. Okay, so now the student gets it. He's starting to do the step up better and better, right? And as they see these small incremental progressions, their self-esteem starts to go up, right? And so they start to believe themselves. And so what I like to do with a lot of athletes and clients is show them something that they're afraid to do, and slow by step by step, have them progress in front of your eyes and show them, see, you are getting somewhere and you can do it.
So there you go. So strength is not just like how much you can bench, like can you actually set, personal records for yourself, or can you like stand in front of the mirror and like blow everybody away? There's a lot more to strength than just, being ripped.
Right. And it's the mentality for sure.
Okay. So, okay, final question, because I mean, this is just so fascinating. I could have you here for the rest of the week, right? But what do you say to actually athletes at all levels, right? That people just think it's all about physical appearance, and I'm only strong if, I've got a total six pack and I've got, biceps upon biceps upon biceps. Like, what do you tell people that, like actual strength for the sport you're trying to do can't be measured like that?
Right. So I would tell them that some people are born with the talent and some people work hard for it, right? And the person who works the hardest will always outperform and beat the person who's just born with it, that doesn't practice. So anybody who keeps practicing and gets better and better will be the one who was born talented. So they have to believe in themselves, work on that skill, and they will become the best that they can be.
Dang, Jazzy, man, you're like a triple threat now. You're not only a strength and conditioning coach and a confidence builder, you're also a really good motivational speaker.
Well, because Jason, I wanted to be in volleyball so bad, beach volleyball. I never played volleyball in my life.
Well, that 15-year-old kid trying out for cross country, that was me, by the way.
That was me.
If you couldn't tell, yeah. No,
And it took me years and years.
Yeah, we were in that position, but then we had to go through some things, and we did not have the luxury of having, the resources
Right,
that you now provide. Right. So that being the case, where can people find you? Like, what's your Instagram, and how can people reach out to you and find out, like the services you provide?
Yes, so you guys can reach me at Jazzy Wenzel on IG, 4 Z's, Jazzy Wenzel.
Yep, got it down right
And
there.
if you would like to just talk or find out more information or work with me as your coach and your personal trainer, you can also find me there. And I have my website, which is jasminwenzel.training.com, where you can book a section there.
Very nice. Okay, so everybody, please make sure to check out Dr. Wenzel, because she's really, really awesome. And trust me, I know this from personal experience. She seems really, really nice on Zoom, and she's totally cool and everything. You're going to get a really good workout. I mean, she's not messing around. You're going to get your money's worth.
Jason, we got to end it with this. Come on now.
Well,
Let's
okay,
go.
what is it? What is it now? Comedy? No.
Whoa.
Yeah, no. See the virtual background? I've also got like that. That's virtual. Okay, well, Dr. Wenzel, it's been a pleasure. It's always good catching up with you, and thank you what you do for our island's athletic community.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.